Issaquah Creek feels like home when not many other places do anymore. I grew up there and learned a lot just by watching nature around me. Most of the time when I was little, I'd see me fishing, even though I knew I wasn't going to catch anything. Nature flowing through my ears, like music, was so comforting it didn't matter what I was doing. I've always wanted to live in a cabin, somewhere in the woods. If Issaquah Creek were to change, it would be irreplaceable, just like trees. But as we all know, with time comes change. Everyone in Issaquah knows about the creek because they all played in it as kids, and it runs through the middle of town. During the salmon runs, I would try to catch the fish with my hands because the creek would be full to its brim. When summer came, I was constantly at the creek with the rope swing and surfboard. My uncle would hold the rope attached to the surfboard, and I would go as far down the stream as the rope would go. I remember one year, the creek flooded and we weren't able to go down there, otherwise we'd drown in the fast-moving water. When winter came, I would try to go out in the frozen creek and try to ice skate. One time, it was too late in the winter and the ice was thin. When I broke through, the cold hit me and I lost all the breath I had. I was lucky enough that the water was slow moving, but it took me almost a half an hour to get out. My limbs were fatigued, and it took me over another half hour to get back home. That wasn't going to stop me though. I just went polar dipping in the morning. Animals were a constant sight in the woods. Raccoons and coyote were a common sight. Bear and bobcat was an occasional sight. Cougar is a rare sight though, because they're stealthy, and you're generally the one that's getting stalked. They weren't a big threat as long as they weren't threatened. If Issaquah Creek were to change, I would have to live with it, just like everyday losses. You'll always have to live with losses.